Welcome to Mr. Worldwide News English Channel.
Hello, and a very warm welcome to everyone tuning in from around the world.
Hello, everyone.
You are listening to The Deep Dive, the show where we take a stack of news reports, articles, and data, and we filter it all down to give you the most important information.
That's right. And we are here to help you understand the world, and more importantly, to help you practice and improve your English.
It's wonderful to be here with you all, whether you're listening on your commute to work while you're cooking dinner, or maybe you're just, relaxing with a coffee.
We're glad you're here. Our goal is to guide you through the news in clear, simple English.
We want this to be a space where you can learn without feeling stressed. We're going to take our time today.
We are. We're going to explore a story, learn some new vocabulary, and hopefully walk away a little bit wiser.
So today, we're traveling.
We are. We're leaving our studio and taking a virtual trip to Southeast Asia. We are going to the vibrant, humid, and energetic city of Bangkok, Thailand.
I absolutely love Bangkok. It's a city that never seems to sleep.
It really is something else.
The food, the culture, the noise, the traffic. It's an assault on the senses, but in the best possible way.
I know exactly what you mean.
However, I think we need to set the tone for today's deep dive.
You're right. While we love the energy of Bangkok, the story we're analyzing today is a serious one. We are going to be discussing a fire.
Yes, an accident. Specifically, a fire at a very, very famous location. Now, before anyone gets too worried or feels anxious, I want to give a spoiler alert.
Okay, a spoiler alert.
That means I'm going to tell you the ending before we even start.
What is that ending?
The ending is that everyone is okay.
That's good to hear.
This is a story about a dangerous event, but it is not a story about tragedy involving human life.
That is a very important distinction to make. We're going to look at what went wrong, but we can do so with a calm mind, knowing that people are safe.
Right.
Our mission today is to understand the event, learn the specific words used to describe fires and emergencies, and, talk about safety.
So let's start with the location. We mentioned Bangkok, but we need to be more specific. We are talking about the Chatuchak Market.
Chatuchak Market. For our listeners who have never been to Thailand, we really need to paint a picture here.
Yeah, this isn't just a supermarket.
Right.
It's not a shopping mall.
Not at all. It is legendary. It's widely considered one of the largest weekend markets in the entire world.
The entire world.
When we say market, you might picture, 20 or 30 stalls selling vegetables. Chatuchak is different.
Okay, so how big are we talking? Can you give us some numbers?
Let's look at the data. The market covers an area of about 35 acres.
35 acres. Okay, that's hard to visualize.
Right. Think of it this way. Imagine an American football field.
Okay.
Now imagine 26 of them, all stitched together. That's the size of the ground.
That is massive. And it isn't an open field, right? It's dense.
It is incredibly dense. It's packed with stalls. A stall is a small shop, usually open at the front.
And how many?
The official count of stalls at Chatuchak is over 15,000.
15,000. Wow. Let's do a quick thought experiment for our listeners.
Okay.
If you went to Chatuchak and you spent just 1 minute at every stall, just 60 seconds.
Just to glance.
Right. Just to look at a t-shirt or buy a souvenir, how long would it take to see the whole market?
Well, if you didn't sleep, didn't eat, and didn't walk between the shops, it would take you about 10 and a half days.
10 and a half days. That's unbelievable. It really shows the scale of this place.
It's a maze. It truly is a city within a city. You can find absolutely anything there.
Like what?
You can buy vintage jeans, handmade ceramics, spicy street food, antique furniture, and even pets. It's the heartbeat of commerce for that part of Bangkok.
And because it's so famous, it is always crowded.
Exactly. On a typical weekend, you have about 200,000 people visiting.
200,000?
Tourists from all over the world.
Yeah.
And local Thai people. They're walking shoulder to shoulder in very narrow alleyways.
Okay, so keep that image in your mind. A massive maze-like market with 15,000 small shops, usually packed with people. Now, let's transition to the news story.
Right. We have a specific incident to discuss. We are looking at a report from February 9th.
That was a Sunday, so a major market day.
It is, but the time of the incident is the most critical piece of information here.
What time was it?
The fire was reported late at night. The specific time was 10:42 p.m.
10:42 p.m., so almost 11 o'clock at night.
Yes.
When I read that time in the report, I actually felt a huge wave of relief.
Why is that?
Well, think about the crowds we just described. 200,000 people, narrow alleys. If a fire starts when the market is full,
Oh, it would be a catastrophe. It would be a nightmare. But at 10:42 p.m., the market was closed.
exactly. The tourists were back in their hotels. The shopkeepers had gone home to have dinner with their families.
The alleys were empty.
That timing is the reason we're not having a much sadder conversation today. The fact that it was night changed everything.
Absolutely.
Okay, so it's dark. The market is quiet. Then a fire starts. Where exactly did it begin?
The market is divided into sections, which they call projects. The report states a fire broke out in Project 17.
Project 17, is there anything special about that section?
Yes. Project 17 is an area mostly dedicated to selling clothes and textiles.
And that matters for the fire, doesn't it?
It matters a great deal. In fire safety, we talk about fuel load.
Fuel load.
It means how much stuff is there to burn.
And clothes burn very, very well.
They do.
Yeah.
Especially the types of clothes sold there. You have cotton, which burns, but you also have synthetic materials like polyester.
What happens when polyester burns?
It doesn't just turn to ash like wood does. It melts. It becomes a hot, sticky liquid that can drip and spread the fire even faster. And it burns at a very high temperature.
So the shops in Project 17 were basically boxes filled with fuel.
Exactly. And let's talk about those boxes. The architecture of the market played a huge role in how the fire moved.
The report describes them as single-story units.
Let's break that down. Single story, that's S-T-O-R-E-Y. A story is a floor or a level of a building.
So a single-story building has only one floor, no upstairs, no elevators.
Correct. They're small ground-level shops. They're built side by side, sharing walls. And the roof is the problem.
The roof, what kind of roof did they have?
The report specifies corrugated metal roofing.
Corrugated, that is a difficult word. Can we unpack that one?
Certainly. Corrugated, C-O-R-R-U-G-A-T-E-D. It describes a shape. It means the material is bent into a series of parallel ridges and grooves.
Like a wave.
Exactly, like a wave.
I think I know what you mean, like the inside of a cardboard box, that wavy paper.
That's a perfect example. Or think of a ruffled potato chip. It has waves. They make metal roofs this way because the waves make the thin metal sheet much stronger, and it helps rainwater run off easily.
Okay, so it's strong and it's good for rain. Why is it bad for fire?
Because it's metal. And metal is a conductor.
A conductor. That means it moves energy, like heat.
Yes. Think about cooking soup.
Mm.
If you leave a metal spoon inside a pot of boiling hot soup, and then you touch the handle of the spoon.
Ouch, it burns your hand.
Right. The spoon isn't in the fire, but the heat travels up the metal. The same thing happens with that roof.
I see. So the fire is in shop A. It makes the metal roof hot. And that heat travels along the metal roof to shop B and shop C.
Exactly right. The heat travels along the heat highway of the roof. The roof gets so hot that it can start a fire in the next shop without the flames even touching it.
Is terrifying. So you have flammable clothes, walls that touch each other, and a roof that spreads heat.
It is the perfect recipe for a fast-moving fire. And that is why the report says the fire spread rapidly.
You know, before we get into how the firefighter stopped it, I want to pause.
Yep.
We've used some very specific words here. Spread, blaze, casualty. These are words that come up in news stories all the time.
I agree. If our listeners want to understand English news, these are absolutely essential words.
Let's do a vocabulary deep dive. I feel like I want to ring the school bell.
Consider the bell rung. Class is in session. I've selected 4 key words from the story.
Okay, what is the first one?
The first word is blaze.
Blaze. That's B-L-A-Z-E.
Now, you probably know that a blaze is a fire, but they are not exactly the same.
How are they different?
It's all about intensity and size.
Can you give me an example?
Sure. Imagine you're at a birthday party. You light the candles on the cake. That's a fire.
A small fire.
A very small fire. But you would never say, look at the blaze on the cake.
No, that would sound very dramatic.
Exactly. A blaze implies a fire that is large, out of control, fierce, and burning brightly. It sounds dangerous.
So a forest fire is a blaze. A house fire is a blaze.
Yes. In this news story, because the fire was moving fast and burning the clothes so brightly, the reporters called it a blaze.
Got it. Blaze equals big, scary fire. What's word number 2?
Word number 2 is spread.
Spread. S-P-R-E-A-D.
We used this earlier. The fire spread rapidly. To spread means to extend over a larger area.
I always think of breakfast when I hear this word.
Breakfast. Why is that?
Because I spread butter on my toast.
That is the perfect analogy. Think about the action. You put a lump of butter in the middle of the bread. Then you use a knife to move it outward. You cover the corners.
You're spreading the butter.
Exactly. Or if you spill a glass of water on the table, the water doesn't stay in a pile, it moves out. It spreads across the table.
That makes sense.
In the news, we use this for things that start in one place and move to others. The fire started in one shop, then spread to 48 shops.
We also use it for sickness, right? The flu spread through the school.
Yes. It's a very versatile verb.
Okay. Blaze. Spread. What is
Okay.
the third word?
This is a serious one. Casualty.
Casualty. Casualty.
This word can be a little confusing for learners. A casualty is a person who is killed or injured in an event.
So it doesn't just mean dead.
No, it doesn't. If there's a car accident and the driver breaks his leg, he's a casualty. If he dies, he is also a casualty.
I see. So why is this word important for our story today?
Because the report gave us the best possible news. It said no casualties were reported.
0.
Zero. No one died. No one was hurt.
That is amazing, especially with, what, 15,000 shops?
Again, we have to thank the time of day, 10:42 p.m. If it were daytime, the casualty number would likely be very different.
Okay, let's look at the fourth word. This one explains why the fire happened.
The term is short circuit.
Short circuit. 2 words.
This is an electrical term. To understand it, think of electricity like water flowing through a pipe.
Okay, I'm picturing water in a pipe.
The electricity goes to travel from the wall, through the wire, into your lamp, and back again. It travels in a circle, or a circuit.
A loop?
Right. A short circuit is like if the pipe bursts before it gets to the lamp. The electricity takes a shortcut. It jumps off the path it's supposed to be on.
And when electricity jumps like that, what happens?
It creates a lot of heat, and often it creates a spark.
And if that spark lands on a polyester shirt?
You get a blaze.
Yeah.
Short circuits are the most common cause of accidental fires in older buildings.
So we have our 4 words. Blaze, spread, casualty, and short circuit. I feel like we can really understand the news report now.
I think so. Shall we get back to the story?
Let's do it. It's 10:42 p.m. The fire has started in Project 17. The blaze is spreading. Who came to help?
The response was very fast. Firefighters and emergency teams rushed to the market.
We have to give a lot of credit to firefighters. They run toward the danger when everyone else is running away.
Absolutely. But imagine the challenge they faced. Chatuchak is a maze. The alleys are tiny.
You can't drive a big fire truck right up to the burning shop.
No way. They had to drag heavy hoses deep into the market on foot. Their strategy was containment.
Containment, that means keeping it inside a box.
Yes, they realized they might not be able to save the shop that was already burning, but they could wet down the shops next to it. They created a water barrier to stop the spread.
So they stopped the fire from moving to Project 16 or Project 18.
Exactly, and they succeeded. The report says the fire was put out by 11:45 p.m.
Put out, that's a phrasal verb. It means to extinguish, to stop the fire.
Correct. So let's look at the timeline. Started at 10:42, ended at 11:100.
That's only about 33 minutes. That seems really fast.
In normal life, 33 minutes is nothing. It's a TV show episode. But in a fire, 33 minutes is an eternity. Fire eats materials incredibly fast.
So what was the damage?
Even though it was a short fire, about 48 shop units were damaged or destroyed.
48 businesses.
That covers about 240 square meters.
You know, it's easy for us to sit here and look at the numbers. Oh, only 48 shops out of 15,000. That's a small number. But for those 48 people...
It's a tragedy. You have to have empathy for the shop owners. Think about it.
Yeah.
They locked their doors on Sunday night. They were tired. They probably thought, I had a good weekend of sales.
They left all their stock inside, their inventory.
Yes. For a small business owner, that inventory is their life savings. It's their money. It's how they feed their families.
And they come back Monday morning and it's just ash.
It is heartbreaking.
Right.
Even though no one was hurt physically, the economic hurt is very real.
So the fire's out, the sun comes up. What happens next?
Now we enter the investigation phase.
This is when the officials try to figure out exactly what happened.
Yes. Forensic officers come to the scene.
Forensic. That sounds like a crime drama on TV.
It is similar. Forensic officers use science to solve mysteries. They look at the burn patterns on the walls. They look at the melted wires. They want to prove what caused the fire.
And what did they find?
The preliminary findings, which means the early results, point to the electrical short circuit we discussed.
So it wasn't a bomb. It wasn't arson, someone setting a fire on purpose. It was an accident.
Yes. Most likely old wiring that failed.
This brings us to a broader discussion. We're talking about a market in Bangkok, but this lesson applies to everyone everywhere.
It really does. It raises the issue of electrical safety.
Chatuchak is an old market. It's been there a long time.
That's the challenge. Think about how the world has changed in, say, 30 years. 30 years ago, a market stall might have had one light bulb.
And that's it.
That's it. And today?
Oh, today the shopkeeper has a fan because it's hot. They're charging their smartphone. They might have a tablet for digital payments.
An electric kettle to make noodles. A digital sign.
And they are plugging all of these things into the same old wires from 30 years ago.
Exactly. Or they are using what I call the octopus.
The octopus. I think I know what you mean.
You know the scene. You have one outlet on the wall, you plug in an adapter, and you plug in a power strip, then you plug another power strip into the first one. You have wires going everywhere like tentacles.
I have to admit, I am guilty of this. Behind my TV at home, it looks like a spaghetti monster.
Most of us are guilty of it. But it's dangerous. You're asking that one wire in the wall to carry more energy than it was built for.
It gets hot.
It gets hot. The plastic melts. Short circuit. Blaze.
So what can our listeners do? We aren't electricians. We can't rewire a market. But what about at home?
I have 2 simple tips for everyone listening.
Please share.
Tip number 1. Kill the octopus. Do not overload your outlets. If you need more plugs, call an electrician to install them properly.
That is very good advice. What's tip number 2?
Check your wires. Look at the cords on your lamps, your chargers, your toaster. Is the wire frayed?
Frayed. That means the plastic coating is cut or worn down.
Yes. If you can see the colored wires or the copper metal inside, that is a danger zone. Throw it away.
Or fix it. But don't just put tape on it and hope for the best.
Exactly. Hope is not a safety strategy.
I like that. Hope is not a safety strategy.
And I have one more tip, specifically for our listeners who love to travel.
Yes.
When you visit these amazing, chaotic, beautiful markets, whether it's in Thailand, Mexico, Turkey, or anywhere, enjoy them. Shop. Eat. But take 10 seconds to have situational awareness.
What does that mean?
It just means looking around. Ask yourself, if everyone starts running, where is the exit? Where's the open space?
Just having a plan in your head before the panic starts.
Exactly. It could save your life.
You know, despite the sadness of the fire and the lost shops, I'm thinking about something else.
What's that?
I'm thinking about the people of Thailand, the culture. Yeah. I mentioned I love Bangkok. One thing I noticed is how strong the people are. There is a word or a concept called resilience.
Resilience. That is a beautiful and powerful word. R-E-S-I-L-I-E-N-C-E.
How would you define it for a learner?
Resilience is the ability to recover quickly from difficulties. It's like a rubber band. If you stretch a rubber band, it snaps back to its original shape. It doesn't break.
So people who are resilient snap back after a tragedy.
They do. And I have a feeling the community at Chatuchak is very resilient.
I'm sure of it.
Markets are not just collections of shops. They are communities. The people in Project 17 know the people in Project 18. They eat lunch together. Their kids play together.
So they will help each other.
Absolutely. The neighbors will help clear the ash. They will help repair the metal roofs. They will lend money or share stock. The market will open again.
It makes me want to go back there and buy something just to support them.
That is actually the best way to help. If any of our listeners are planning a trip to Bangkok, do not cancel it because of the fire. Go. Visit Chatuchak, buy a souvenir, support the local economy. That helps them rebuild.
That is a lovely sentiment. Okay, we have covered a lot of ground today.
We have.
From the geography of Bangkok to the physics of heat conduction.
Shall we recap the main points before we go?
Let's do a summary. What are the key takeaways?
Point 1. A fire happened at Chatuchak Market on February 9th, late at night.
Point 2. It was a blaze that spread quickly because of the flammable clothes and the conductive metal roofs.
Point 3. The likely cause was a short circuit due to old wiring.
And point 4, the most important one.
There were no casualties.
None.
Material things can be replaced. People cannot. That is the bottom line.
Now, we want to turn the microphone over to you, the listener. We want to hear your thoughts.
It's time for the question of the day. This is your chance to practice your English writing.
Here is the scenario. Imagine you are the mayor of a big city. You have a beautiful, historic market, but it is very old.
If you were the mayor, what is the first thing you would do to improve safety in public places?
That's a big question. Would you, I don't know, ban polyester clothes?
Would you install fire alarms and sprinklers everywhere?
Would you hire more police officers or security guards to patrol at night?
Or maybe you would spend money to upgrade all the electrical wiring.
There is no wrong answer. We want to know what you think is the priority.
Please write your answer in the comments section. Try to write a full sentence. For example, if I were the mayor, I would.
We read every single comment, and we love seeing the different ideas from our listeners all over the world.
Also, if you felt like some of the vocabulary today was a bit fast, don't worry. Check the link in the description of this deep dive.
We have a full list of the words, definitions, and the transcript of this show so you can read along.
And you know the drill. If you found value in this deep dive, if you learned just one new thing today, please support us.
Hit the like button, follow the channel.
And subscribe to the Mr. Worldwide News English channel. It tells us that you enjoy these lessons, and it motivates us to keep creating them for you.
Thank you so much for lending us your ears today. We know you are busy, and we appreciate you choosing us to help with your English journey.
Keep practicing, stay curious, and please check your wires.
Stay safe, everyone. See you in the next deep dive.
Bye, everyone.